Once upon a time, a man was born from an international family. His mother came from the capital and his father from the land. The boy turned 18 and decided he did not want to die. A bit of context. His country was in war. So he decided to study medicine, because it's one of the two faculties that excuse you from going to the army. However, he thought studying one of the most difficult subjects wasn't challenging enough, so he moved to Europe with no money and without knowing the language in which he would have to study. I guess the struggle paid off though, because he met the woman of his life in Europe. My mother was older than him. She was a highly educated, independent woman with 2 children and an international background. This time for real. She was born in the US, lived in Russia, Spain and Switzerland, and loved languages. That is how my parents met. She was learning Russian and my father came from an ex-Soviet country. During their years together, they often moved to learn languages or learn from renowned specialists. That is how all of my siblings were born in different places. I was born in South Africa, but do not remember much of these 2 first years. My youngest sibling was born in Japan, where I played with my dolls in Japanese. We then moved to Switzerland, where for the first time in my life, my mother tongue and the region's language were the same. My first memories of South Africa were made when I turned 7. I loved the country, the weather and the nature. However, my parents decided to move back to Europe for us to receive a better recognized education. I've been now living in Berlin for the majority of my life. Berlin, my life is filled with activities. I dance, ballet and modern jazz at least 3 times a week. I play the violin and I spend my whole days at school to accomplish a bilingual diploma. I like to be busy and I feel like it's a good lifestyle for me, because if I did not have set timings, I wouldn't do anything at all. I like to procrastinate, you see. Anyway, so I'm a high school student now, but not for long. I can see the finish line in front of my eyes. It feels like this first big chapter of my life is slowly coming to an end. I am exiting my childhood and starting to be my own independent person. I am now at the age when my dad decided to leave his country and my mother left him and started a family. It feels like the end of the beginning.